Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again at Route 66 Restoration. Welcome to all you new viewers and all you new subscribers. We just working on the 57-210 today. It's a beautiful fall day here in the Carolinas. One of the things I learned about the Carolinas is you can't really argue with the fall weather because it is actually very nice, and it's an extended season of where you can work and get some things done. Whereas kind of the summer is a little too hot for me, anyways. I'm a transplant, so I'm not used to that summer humidity and heat. But as you can see, we're looking at the remainder of the trunk floor here that I have to put in. This goes over the fuel filler, and this piece is, I think available, I don't know, $160 or something like that, plus freight. And I'm building a driver. I've said that many, many times and reiterated it. So what I do is within my budget. And truthfully, my budget's pretty small. And so I've pretty much got all my patch panels for the exterior of the car, the rocker panels, all of that, the floor stuff for inside. There's a little bit that I have to make there, but some of it is, you make it to fit, so you replace the least amount of metal that you can and use what's good. But here we are, and what I've been using for pattern material is this light tissue paper. And so this particular piece is going to, and this pattern is shaped like this, right? And it takes a little bit of the form, but I have the hump here, and then it comes down and around to the fender, and I've left it a little long, and then that piece will be a separate piece. What I found on the other side, making the long panel, you can do it, but it's a lot harder on the 18 gauge to manipulate it, and the time I think you spend trying to manipulate it, you lose that in trying to get it to fit, because you spend so much more time trying to make it fit properly. Whereas if the panels are a little smaller and you're doing little separate areas, yeah, it looks hodgepodge, but once the weld's in and ground off, you really hardly notice it. And so that's my thought on it. Some guys like to make these big panels. I just don't have my skill level isn't as high as that. So I'm making it in smaller sections, and the smaller section seems to work well for me. So I've made this pattern up, right? And the thing with these patterns is I always try to leave extra. So I have an extra for flange kind of drawn in here. I have the center line of that gas filler hump, which is this is going to be a little more difficult. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on the English wheel or not, but it's kind of got a reverse curve. It comes in here, it's a raised, and then it has that reverse curve and goes up. So not exactly sure how that's going to work out, but if I have to make a quick shrinking stump, I will, and then possibly shrink down the center and then get the art. I don't know. We'll try it. I'll try to video all that I do to make that particular piece. But what I've done is I've gone ahead off camera and I've transferred my pattern. So I've transferred my pattern onto this particular piece, and as you can see, it's cut, and it's cut oversized, so I have room for flanges. So it doesn't fit in very well, but I have room in here for flanges. Now, the one definite thing that I've done here is I've also left room on this bottom edge, and I've left room on the top edge. So the panel is oversized, which is common. Guys cut everything down to fit sometimes, but this is how I'm going to go about it. Now, one of the things that I haven't done with this is I have not transferred the center line. All right, so I'm going to mark it here, and then I'm going to mark it up here near the top. That's going to be my center line. And then I have this this here is the outer edge of the gas filler hump. So I'm going to kind of bend it back. I'm just going to make some marks in here, some dots and some dashes. And I think this marker is not doing that well. Hopefully this other one will work. So we got our mark there, mark there, mark there. Remark that. Curve here. And we'll kind of take it dot, dot, like that. And then we'll do the same thing here. And we'll so now we have our center line. We'll try to draw a fairly straight line. The center line here, yeah, that's not so straight, but gives you an idea. So I have that transferred on. Now, you know, we got a flange. It's probably going to come here, 3/4 of an inch, and we'll try to keep that in mind as we go. We have a flange, and then wherever we're welding here, you know, we may have, I don't think we'll have overlap. We'll probably do a butt weld. So this is how I'm transferring my pattern, and then I think the next step is we got to figure out how we're going to go about getting this filler hump in here. But the thing is it does me absolutely no good the way it is here. So let's see. We got to get some electricity to the grinder here. And we're going to cut out this piece. So I'll bend that back and we'll cut it out, and then we'll start getting this prepped a bit. So here we go. Alrighty then. There we go. We got that piece out of there. So I find that quite amazing. And we're able to see the shape. You can see the shape in the hump, and then you can kind of see the reverse curve, right? So it curves and curves up. So we'll try to figure out the best we can, emulate it the best we can. As you can see, you got spring shackles back here that you're dealing with, and I think it's all good. Looks like some of this I don't have to work too hard to remove the spot welds, so I think that'll be a good thing too. A lot of times this lip is a little bit corroded out, but doesn't look like it's super bad. So we'll keep on, you know. Well, guys, I'm going to leave this here because I'm going to got to get things set up to try to do this bead rolling or this English wheeling and figuring it out. So I'll come back to you when I got that done. Take it easy.